Hey guys and gals, A here. I've got another video for you today. We are talking multi-tools, so stick around and check it out. Here we go. All right, so multi-tools are a big part of EDC. Everyday carry, you want to have your multi-tool, you want to be prepared for whatever comes your way, and an awesome way to do that is by having a tool that can accomplish multiple things and things that you will probably need during the day. So no weird gimmicky tools, a lot of weird gimmicky tools, but things that are practical, and they come in a range of sizes, small to big, and there are a myriad of multi-tools, and I will show you a few of my favorites today. A great place to start is the Swiss Army Knife Classic. It is little, it is keychain sized, and to prove that, it comes with a little keychain loop on it. So you can pop this on your keys, and you can always have these ready to go. This one I got, soccer one. I love soccer, and I believe this came out around the time of the Women's World Cup. My husband and I actually went there, and so this was a little commemorative item he got for me. But on every Swiss Army knife, you have the same tools. You have a very small pen knife, but it will do the job. You have a file. And then, and with the file, you have this, technically a flathead screwdriver. You can kind of use it like a screwdriver. And then you have some very small, but very, very useful scissors. These are probably about the best thing on this keychain. And then, as with all plastic Swiss Army knife classics, you have the tweezers. You have the tweezers slid into one handle, and in the flip side handle, you have the toothpick. So there you go. Swiss Army Knife Classic, can't go wrong. Small, you can always have it on your keys, have it in the fifth pocket on your jeans, the old school pocket watch pocket, whatever you want to call it, but that's an easy item to always have on you. Going a little bigger, slightly bigger, this Leatherman Style CS. The CS and the PS, I believe it's PS, were the two models they had for a while. I much prefer the CS because you have scissors. The main tool on these is scissors. Now, there are not pliers on this tool. It has scissors here, and then some other items we'll get into. The PS has pliers here, and it has scissors as one of the alternative side tools. I use the scissors most often on these, and I found that the pliers this small weren't functional for me. So I always opted for the CS, and it has now been discontinued. I found one on eBay for a pretty decent price about a month or two ago, and I snagged it up, and that's actually where I got the red handle, and I have a black handle somewhere around here, but I love the scissor version, and I'm not sure why they got rid of it. Also on the CS version, you can see this has tape on it, it's been used recently, a very small blade, slightly bigger than the Swiss Army Knife Classic, and then you have a file, which has also been used. It's been cleaning out some dirty fingernails. And then on these, you have your little carabiner, so you can clip it wherever you need to, and that also doubles as a cap lifter. I've never used it for that. And then hidden in the handle right here, that is a set of tweezers. But these are discontinued, but you still get the PS, which is also a very great multi-tool, and it does have scissors on it, just the scissors are not here. They are on a side tool. So awesome option, one of my favorites. This sees a lot of pocket time, and I will show you my pocket tool, that's my pocket multi-tool that's currently in my pocket, because this is not today. The next one I have on my list, I'm kind of going in size from small to big. Next one on my list is the Alox Cadet. Swiss Army knife Alox is the metal scales, and they are thin. You pay a little more for them because they're metal, but I mean, look at that. This has a lot more layers to it than the classic, and they are literally the same depth because that is so thin and the plastic has some depth to it. Now on the Aloxes, you come with 5 tools, and it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. You have the bottle opener and the can opener, and then you have your flat heads. You have a small one on this side and a larger one on this side. You got your wire strippers hidden down here, and this is great for prying. You're not gonna get a whole lot of leverage off of it, and it is a little small, but that works really well for prying. You can pop open a paint can with that. On the flip side of this, you have your small blade, your penknife blade. That's knife. Mine stays pretty sharp because I don't use that too often. And then your main blade. And that's it. That is the Alox Cadet, and it is great. Awesome knife, very pocketable. It's so thin it disappears in your pocket, but this one actually has some size on it, so you can actually get some purchase on that knife. It's kind of right there at the end of my hand. So you can get some good leverage on that knife. You're not stuck with a small knife. You feel like you actually have a knife in your hand. And we also have a Leatherman Free T4. I've had this tool for about a year or so now, and it doesn't see a lot of pocket carry time. There's the blade on it. It's a fine knife. It works wonderfully, but it's a large tool. So I'm more likely to toss this in a bag than I am to carry this on my person. Here you have you got a file. You have I believe this is a package opener. Those difficult plastic packages, you can kind of slide this along and get in there, cut it open. And you have 2 flat heads right there. Hidden in the side, once again, we see those tweezers. Tweezers everywhere. And then on the back of this, we've got a few more tools here. You have a spring-loaded, I believe they're spring-loaded scissors. And then you have an actual, it's a 2D, that is indeed, this one right here, is indeed a Phillips. And then you have an awl with a bit of a pry tool. You can probably use that as a small flat head on the end. But that is a Leatherman Free T4. I will say one of the very nice things about this is everything opens so smoothly, and they lock. You got a little locking mechanism here, so you can close that up, but when it's open, you're pretty good. You're pretty locked into place. And now this next one is the Kershaw Select Fire. This was kind of a random pickup. I added it to an order on Amazon one day, and I didn't have high expectations for it, and it actually kind of surprised me. It is a heavy knife. Like, this is a heavy knife, and you get 2 tools with it, and that's it. You get a very smooth action blade. This blade opens so wonderfully. I mean, so smooth. My problem with the blade, and you can see it here a bit, well, that actually, when you snap it open, it snaps open pretty well. When you don't snap it open, I feel like you're gonna collapse. The liner lock doesn't come in very far, but as you just saw, when you snap this knife open, that thing pops up in there and it is not closing on you. So snap it open and you're good to go. That was my concern. When you push it open with your thumb, it feels like it's gonna close on you. That feels like it's gonna collapse. But when you snap it open, it snaps into place. The other tool on here is a screwdriver, and it actually holds bits. On one side, you have 2 flathead bits, and it's spring loaded. You can flip it up, grab your bit. On the other side, you have 2 Phillips head bits. And those are literally like sitting right here and right here, spring loaded. So you pull it open, slide out your bit, slide in your bit, and it's magnetized, and you're good to go. And it's so easy, and it doesn't lock into place. Like, you don't have to release the lock, but it kind of clicks into place. Like, you can feel it catch. It catches at 90 degrees, so you can crank on something, or it kind of snaps into place also, fully extended. And it is not bad. Like, I did not know what to expect, and I'm still kind of like, it's a little gimmicky, but if you're messing around the house, you're having a housework day, this actually kind of makes sense. You have a nice knife, a big old blade, and then you have your screwdriver, and that's it. Carry around your bit kit, and you have all the bits you need, and this will do the job. And I will come back to this here in a minute. Then the next one that I have is the Swiss Army knife, the Victorinox one-hand trekker. This is a big Swiss Army knife, but man, is it nice. Has a serrated blade on it. Hear that click into place. Victorinox makes some good steel. I mean, it looks pretty. The steel they use, they get the mirror finish. It looks pretty, and it just feels good in your hand. But you've got the blade as well in here. We have the 2 tools that we saw on the Cadet, just beefed up a bit. You have the bottle opener and can opener with your small and large pry tools. And this one, or Phillips, use it as a pry tool. And then you also have, you can catch light in there, you have the wire stripper, which I don't know if anyone actually strips wire with those. And then on the back, you have 2 tools. You have your reamer, and then the actual 3D Phillips. Another, I mean, comes in handy. You're not gonna do anything amazing with that, but you'll be able to get most screws you come across in a day. Toothpick in one end and the tweezers in the other. And that is the one-hand trekker. Thing I like about this is it is shaped for your hand. So when you are using the large blade, you can really lock in on that knife. Now this next one is probably my most carried multi-tool, not carried every day. When I'm wearing pants, or if I have on a jacket or a hoodie, this is definitely with me. And even when I'm not, there's still a really good chance it is clipped to my pocket. And that is the Leatherman Skeletool CX. Comes with the blade, comes with your extra bits in the handle, and screwdriver. Well, I've got a screwdriver, your pliers, and then last but not least, the carabiner that doubles as a bottle opener. It's not much. I mean, you got a blade, you have pliers, and you have a screwdriver. That's the bulk of it. I mean, you have your bottle opener if you need it, and it has a carabiner clip as well as, see if we can get it, there we go, the pocket clip. But this is a great tool. It's small, it's pocketable, it doesn't have a ton of weight for it, and you're getting a lot of advantages to having this on you. So this is, I have this version, I have the original, and I have one that has a topo blade on it. One of the standard one I don't carry a lot. It's stiffer than the others. It's a lot more harder to use, but this one has smooth action everywhere, as well as my topo one. So one of those is generally in my pocket. Next, we are gonna mix it up, and this is my Victorinox Swiss tool, and this is the original. This tool feels different than any other tool I have. Like, when you're using it, you can just feel the quality that went into this multi-tool. Like the ergos on it, it feels good, it fits good, everything's rounded. It's awesome. It is absolutely awesome. And with this, we have the original has this lovely knife that everyone loves or loves to hate, the butter knife. That is a serrated butter knife, and it is fabulous. It's a part of the charm of the Swiss tool here. You get a Swiss tool, you get a butter knife. You get the X, you get the real knife. There we go. And then on the other side of that, where the butter knife is, you have a saw. And also in here with these tools, you have your can opener or bottle opener. You have a pry tool so you have a can opener, a cap lifter. You have a pry tool, and then down on the other side, you have the reamer. You also use that as a package opener. And then on the opposite side, you have scissors. The Victorinox makes some really good scissors. I don't think anyone will argue with that, but you got the scissors, you have the file, and then we have a Phillips, an actual 3D Phillips with there's the can opener and the Phillips on the end of that, as well as a very small Phillips down there on the end. And that is the Swiss Tool Spirit. Like I said, if you haven't held one, see if you can get your hands on one. It just feels good. Next, we will go to my, this one is carried a lot when I'm doing stuff around the house, and it has my Milwaukee marker on it. But this is the Gerber center drive, and I've got the bit kit in here as well. Go ahead. I got my Gerber bit kit in there, but it's great. It has your driver. It'll take any bit, so you can use the bit kit that comes with it, or you can buy your own. It has the slide out pliers, spring action. I love spring action pliers. I think this might be the only one that I brought with me today to show. I much prefer spring action pliers to anything else. And then the only thing I don't like about this is you have to get the tools out while the pliers are open, and you have to get them out from the inside. So you have it's hard to see on this because everything's black, but you have a file, you have a serrated blade. Inside of here, you have a pry bar, nail puller, and a bottle opener. And then you also have in here the, this is called a awl. Okay. And then on this side, you have an extra bit holder. So you can hold a spare bit on this item itself. And that is the Gerber center drive. Very low on tools, but a lot of really useful tools, except for the awl. It's a very sharp, pointy, small blade. So I'm sure you can find a use for it, but you got a knife, you got a file, and you got a saw, and you have the spring-loaded pliers, which I love. And last but not least today, we have the Leatherman Surge, the Big Daddy. It has 4 full-size tools on the outside. You got your standard knife, you have your exchange blade. I currently have a metal saw inside of it. I have a spare file sitting in the package. You have a serrated blade and the scissors, big old pair of scissors, and also spring-loaded. And then you have some big old pliers, not spring-loaded, but you can exchange the wire cutters, wire strippers if you need to. It has the bit and the can opener, package opener. And then on the other side, you have small, large Phillips, pry tool, and an awl, as I'm used to seeing it. And then that is the Leatherman Surge. I'm sure there are a myriad of other tools on it that it talks about because it has a ton, but those are the basics. Some secondary tools going on and third tools on some tools. And I also brought out a few little things to show you. I've got the Leatherman Bit Kit. Awesome options if you use a Leatherman. These are the 2D bits. So they will fit in the Leatherman Bit Exchanger. I don't know that anyone else has these, what I call 2D bits, but I'm sure you can find something somewhere that might use these. But they're sliding one out now. They are flat. Like this is a double-sided Phillips head, but yet they are flat. So 2D bits. So I have those with me, but I only have one set, and I have several Leathermans that use it. So I also have the 2D to 3D bit extender. So this can go in your, you got your Leatherman 2D bit holder, bit exchanger, and you slide this in instead. And so now I can take any 1/4 inch hex bit and it will work in there. Or my newest acquisition to this party is the ratcheting one. So you can set that up and it actually ratchets for you. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but that is a very nice feature. I love the ratcheting one. It makes it so much easier, especially when you're using a screwdriver like this. Having that ratcheting one just gives you a little more leverage and makes it a little more usable for me. So those are the ones I have on the table, but I also have a multi-tool in my pocket, and that is this one or the Style CS, always see pocket time. One of these is in my pocket. This is the Gerber Armbar, and I am absolutely loving this. It comes with a blade. Not too bad of a blade. It's a secondary blade for me, so it definitely does the job. If I want to use this instead of my main blade, it works out wonderfully. It has a driver, and then it also has, there are 2 more items on here on this side. It has this little reamer, awl, whatever they want to call it, a little sharp pokey tool, and then a pair of scissors, spring-loaded scissors, or at least auto-opening scissors. But great tool, as well as, I mean, it does have a pommel here. You can hammer something in. You're not going to get something too hard hammered in. It'd have to be small and light, but it does have that feature. But for me, a driver, a knife, and scissors, I'm sold. Sign me up. And it's orange. So this one sees a ton of pocket care. All right, well, thanks for watching today. I will never tell you to like or subscribe. You do you. But I would appreciate it if you did. Comment below. Let me know what you think. What's your multi-tool? And have a good one. We will catch you next time.